What's up everyone, welcome once again to the channel. Listen, I'm not gonna make this one too long because there's actually a lot of missing pieces and informations, but I kind of wanted to make a video talking about the recent resignation of Werner Wessels from Miss South Africa. And if you know Werner, you know that he's one of those very, I would say, like emblematic pageant figures in this industry. Not only, I feel like under his leadership and his guidance as a creative director, South Africa has thrived as a pageant country, and they have managed to develop one of the most progressive, inclusive, entertaining, and just overall modern beauty pageants in today's world. I know that Miss South Africa is technically part of the Miss universe, but at the same time, I like to look at it as a standalone pageant as well because they just do things differently, right? So it did come as a surprise to many that Werner was resigning, as apparently everything was well and everything was thriving. And I'm just gonna be giving you guys my 2 cents about this topic on today's very short video. One of the reasons why I find this interesting is because shortly after his resignation, only a couple of days actually, he announced that he was going to be joining the Miss Supranational team. He was being appointed as a brand development consultant, effective immediately, meaning that there wasn't even like an onboarding phase whatsoever, unless he already did it in the past. But effective immediately, Werner was associated with Miss Supra. And listen, this wouldn't be the first time that something like this happens, like a national director or a creative director that is really known, established, and respected within their industry in their countries ends up making a move to go to an international level. Because ultimately, I feel like that is the dream of a lot of creatives. If you are a creative within the pageant industry and you are serving a national or a regional pageant, the dream is always to go up, to level up, to go to a higher level. And I feel like in this particular circumstance, Werner did achieve that. Honestly, I don't know Werner like very well personally like that. I'm a huge fan of him and his work. I got the opportunity to see him in person twice, but both times I was so shy and so nervous because I look up to him. So I was like, I don't know if I should approach him or not, but I ended up not doing it, which to a certain extent I do regret. There's this video that was uploaded on YouTube by Rena Hendricks, which is also a fellow pageant content creator. We love you, Rena, if you're watching this. And, you know, she got into some topics that personally I'm not so familiar about regarding Werner and the dynamic of working at Miss South Africa with some of the newer sponsors that supposedly had a lot of influence on the decision making and that perhaps could clash with his role as a creative director at Miss South Africa back in the day. I mean, honestly, I don't have many insiders or any tea to spill about Miss South Africa. For the most part, I feel like it's a very unproblematic pageant system. If there are conflicts with the sponsors, I'm not aware of it, but I would kind of take Rena's word for it. At the same time, what did come to mind though, when I saw his resignation and all these things, I just felt like it might be linked to Mia's journey at Miss Universe. I think like her journey was a little bit rocky, not because of Mia herself, but because of some of the comments and the information that were coming from behind the scenes of how she was being treated and how the girls overall were being treated. And just the fact that Mia had certain medical needs that were not met or couldn't be met. And I don't know if this perhaps added to the fact that Werner felt like it's maybe time to just make the jump and go somewhere else, move on to better things. I hope that's the case because when I look at it, and I know that the direction that Miss Universe is trying to go right now in the future, they're trying to implement more of the format of reality shows. They already, you know, mentioned that they will have this Telemundo reality show to pick the next Latina, and some of the national directors are being instructed to try having a reality show instead of a traditional pageant, you know? So I felt like it's a bit weird as South Africa has been a pioneer in this aspect. Since the very beginning, I mean, for the past couple of years, they have been doing a reality show with Crown Chasers. They have a format that works, that it's entertaining, that I feel, at least for the most part, is engaging with the fans. And what I like about Miss South Africa is that they have really managed to deliver on the entertainment and the quality of the girls. My God, the girls in South Africa are not just beautiful, but they can speak. They are smart. They are educated. These are women with a background and very, very ambitious. Of course, to a certain extent, that's also part of the vision of the creative director, because there's a whole audition process and who are we going to pick, who do we want to showcase, how do we go about showcasing them, right? Because you might have the most intelligent and beautiful cast, but if you don't know how to showcase that, how to give them a platform, you might not be able to pull it off. There are some areas where I felt, and I've been vocal about this, where the Miss South Africa pageant could improve, perhaps maybe more on the technical preparation of the candidates during the competition. And I always say this, usually we don't see great walks at Miss South Africa, but once we have the winners and the first runner-ups and whatever, and they are going to compete internationally, within that time that they're preparing to go international, they transform. Somehow they go abroad and they are great performers. They're not the type of girls who will go like do the most on stage, but they keep it classy, they keep it elegant, and they still give us something interesting to look at on stage, right? Anyways, I personally feel like going to Miss South Africa, or Miss Supranational rather, is a great move for Werner. I think like his vision will be appreciated in Supra. And I don't know if you guys noticed, and this is just my personal opinion, by the way, nobody in Supra told me this, but I noticed that for the past couple of years, Supra has been kind of a welcoming place for candidates and creatives that were formerly with Universe and now are just shifting away from it, or perhaps for candidates who want a second chance. We had this experience with Lalela. We had this experience, well, now with Werner. There are some former team members from Universe that ended up going to Supra. You know, so I feel like there is this new life and this new vibrancy around Supra that is just appealing to a lot of people. I mean, yeah, I love it. I love it. I truly, truly hope that this had no drama or anything of the sorts behind the scenes. As I said, Werner is very loved and respected in the industry, and I am one of those people who look up to him. So I hope that this is all for the best for him professionally. And I also wish, of course, the absolute best to the Miss South Africa organization. As I said, they have something great going on, and I hope that they're able to maintain it in years to come. So yeah, let me know, what do you think about this? Did it take you by surprise or no? Do you think there's some drama involved in this or no? I don't have more tea than that. If you do, by all means, let me know. Thank you guys for watching and see you on the next one.